The Premier League, England's football juggernaut, boasts the biggest stars, the wildest drama, and stadiums packed with roaring fans. It's the league everyone calls the most competitive, right? But hold on. What if I told you that 5 years of cold, hard data might just crown a different champion? I've dug into the numbers across Europe's top leagues, and the results are jaw-dropping. Could Ligue 1, the so-called Farmers League, actually be stealing the spotlight? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, your football world might just get turned upside down. Today, we're tackling a question that sparked barstool debates and Twitter wars for years. Which of Europe's big 5 leagues, the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, or Ligue 1, is truly the most competitive? Now, before you start typing Premier League forever in the comments or waving your Real Madrid scarf, let's set the record straight. This isn't about which league has the flashiest players, the fattest wallets, or the most Champions League trophies. While those are commendable, we're zooming in on internal competitiveness. The magic that makes every match a roller coaster, where minnows can topple giants and the table keeps you guessing week after week. I've crunched 5 years of data from 2019 to 2024 to uncover the truth. And trust me, what I found might just make you rethink everything you thought you knew about your favorite league. So, what does competitive even mean in football? It's not just about having Messi, Haaland, or Mbappe lighting up the pitch. That's a quality debate for another day. A competitive league is one where the points don't all pile up in one corner. It's where the table feels alive, with different teams jostling for the title, European spots, or even just survival. Imagine a tug of war. If one side's stacked with all the muscle, it's over before it starts. In football terms, it's about parity, where the gap between the top dogs and the underdogs isn't a canyon. It's what keeps us shouting at the TV when a team like Nottingham Forest nicks 3 points off of Manchester City or Liverpool. That unpredictability, that's competitiveness. And it's the heartbeat of why we love this sport. To figure out which league is the most competitive, we need a solid way to measure it. Something objective, not just opinions. That's where the Gini coefficient comes in. It's a tool originally used in economics to measure inequality, like how wealth is spread across a population. Here, we're using it to see how evenly points are distributed across teams in a league. A lower Gini score, presented as a percentage, means points are shared more equally. So, the standings are tighter and more teams are in the mix. A higher score means a few teams are racking up most of the points, while others are stuck at the bottom. For this analysis, I've looked at 5-year averages from 2019 to 2024 to spot long-term trends. One season can be a fluke, but consistent numbers over time show us which leagues really keep things close. Here's the real shocker. Ligue 1 takes the crown with a 17.3% average, just ahead of La Liga at 17.7%. Bundesliga at 18.1%, the Premier League at 19.2%, and Serie A at 19.9%. Wait, Ligue 1 outpacing the Premier League? Numbers don't care about hype, so let's unpack what's driving this over the past 5 years. Time to go league by league and see what's cooking beneath these stats. First up is the Premier League. Over 5 years, its 19.2% average reflects decent competitiveness. What stands out, though, a whopping 19 unique teams have cracked the top half since 2019. That's Burnley and Sheffield United making it in the top half. Newcastle's cash-fueled resurgence, and even Brighton and Brentford gate-crashing the elite. It's a league where almost anyone can dream big, but the bottom can feel like a trapdoor. Ipswich and Southampton have known that pain this recent season. Next, Ligue 1, that 5-year average of just 17.3% tells a different tale. 17 unique teams have hit the top half. Beyond PSG's glitz, you've got Lille's stunning 2020-21 title, baby, Monaco's flair, and Brest's gritty climb in the past years. Mid-table scraps between Lens, Nice, and Marseille have been brutal, proving there's life beyond Paris. The Farmers League tag is more of a meme than reality when you're actually looking at the data. Moving to La Liga, a 17.7% average and 16 unique top-half teams paint a balanced picture. Sevilla's Europa League heroics, Villarreal's giant killing runs, and Girona's Cinderella story have shaken up the duopoly. La Liga's competitiveness has its highs and lows, but it's always got drama. Now, the Bundesliga. An 18.1% average is strong, and 15 unique teams out of the 18 total have hit the top half. Dortmund's near misses, Leverkusen's breakout last year, and Leipzig's rise have kept Bayern honest. Look at Leverkusen's unbeaten run last season that finally broke Bayern's stranglehold. Freiburg and Union Berlin have turned heads too, showing the mid-table's no snooze fest. Finally, Serie A, a 19.9% average, hints at a tighter click. Only 13 unique teams have reached the top half, with Juventus, Inter, Milan, and Napoli running the show. 4 different champions in 5 years does add some zest though. Who can forget Napoli's first Scudetto in 33 years? Serie A's competitiveness thrives on cagey tactics and gritty battles, even if the top spot feel like a members-only club. Here's another angle that I want to look at, team turnover. I mentioned it in the earlier section, but how many different clubs break into the top half over a 5-year period? It's a window into long-term chaos or stability. The Premier League's king here, with 19 unique teams. Nearly every club's had a moment in the sun. Ligue 1's close with 17. La Liga's at 16, the Bundesliga at 15, and Serie A's at 13. This tracks with the Gini trends. More turnover, more parity. In England, even yo-yo clubs like Fulham or Wolves have strutted their stuff, while Serie A's elite gatekeep harder. Let's clear the air on some myths floating around. First, Ligue 1, PSG's a juggernaut, sure, but a 17.3% Gini and 17 top half teams says the competition's real. Next, the Premier League. It's the glitziest, no doubt, but its 19.2% average and Man City's 4 titles in 5 years hint at a top-heavy tilt. Although that may be broken this year, but it's still another top team winning it. Quality's sky high, but parity, not always. Finally, the Bundesliga. Bayern's 11 straight titles sound boring, but an 18.1% average and 15 top-half teams show the packs nipping at their heels. Competitiveness isn't just about the best of the best or the champion. It's about the fight across the table. So why should you care about all of this? Because competitiveness is what fuels football's soul. It's the difference between a predictable snooze and a season where every whistle blows your mind. A tight league means more epic matches, more breakout stars, and more reasons to cheer or cry. It's where legends are born, from Leicester's 5,000 to 1 odds to Lille topping PSG. For fans, it's pure adrenaline. For players, it's a proving ground. And for the sport, it's a magnet for passion and cash. The next time you're debating which league to follow, remember, sometimes the most thrilling football isn't where the cameras always point. That's why this stuff matters. It's the spark that keeps football burning bright. So after all of that, who's the real competitiveness champ over 5 years? Among the big 5, Ligue 1 sneaks it with 17.3% Gini. The Premier League's 19-team turnover keeps it electric, though its 19.2% average shows the tops pull. The data challenges our perceptions, and that's what makes football beautiful. The moment you think you've got it figured out, the game surprises you, and France is the most competitive league. Next time someone dismisses a league as predictable or claims another is clearly the most competitive, you've got the numbers to back up the real story. Surprised? Tell me in the comments, which league gets your blood pumping? Please subscribe to the channel. I want 10K by the year's end, baby. I'll update when the final season total hits, so stay tuned for more. Thank you guys so much for watching.